Welcome everyone. I think a couple of days back I saw a very interesting post in our Facebook, and then we also cross posted it in our group. They were one of the parent posted that they are feeling very stressed in the house due to this lockdown work from home culture. So it is kind of new to people, and they are like really struggling in the family. Like there's a compromise in the family time, and they are not able to give their best to either to the office work nor to the family. And I think this is quite a same story for most of the people. So that is what we are going to talk about today, and what are the ways we can handle it, and what is happening in this kind of a new change that we all are living now. So if you actually look at it, if you look into the current lockdown situation, I think most of the people, like it is a rule now. Many companies are considering to be moving towards work from home kind of a new culture. So the point here is, it is like people are like they are like waiting when this will turn to normal, and they add more stress to it, and they are not able to focus on any of those areas. So let's go a little bit deeper into it. So first one is, it is not about change. It is not about the lockdown. It is, in fact, I even posted it in the Facebook asking people to ask them like, is it a curse or a blessing for you? You can see that rating in our Facebook. Half people said, majority of people said it's a blessing. Few people said it is not. It is a curse. I'm waiting when the office will open. Let's see what it is. The same situation. Mindset is very different here. The problem here is, it is not with the lockdown. It is the problem here is with the mindset. Okay, how quickly are we able to adapt to the changes? That is a quality of our soul. So usually people think that whatever is happening around the life is stagnant. This is how the life will be. No, life is constantly changing and evolving. It is the history, and we all know and have to accept this fact that change is constant. Nothing is going to be constant. So what we are today is going to be very different. In our whole life, we never thought that our whole world will lock down themselves and sit inside the house and live for a month. We all are in that situation. We all are facing it. Okay. So you have to accept to the situation that change is constant. Nothing can stop it. So you will have to know how quickly are you able to adapt to the changes. The point is, if you are waiting that okay, things will back to the normal. I like to be how I was 3 months before, and you're waiting for that moment and trying to adjust yourself. This adjustment is what is adding more stress to you, and you end up between a battle between family and work-life balance, and all things gets disturbed here. Okay, so first point is, you need to accept it. Okay, this is the change, and now even my life might be like this also for another 1 or 2 years. Then how efficiently I can handle it? Quickly you will have to make the change, and you will have to start experimenting with various scheduling, timing, and all other things. Because if we take a day of a man or anyone, say 8 hours we spend for sleeping. I'm giving you an average. Okay, so 1/3 is gone for sleeping, another 1/3 or even more you're spending it for your work, and another 1/3 is only you are not spending it with for anything. You are only using that to prepare from one phase to the other phase. For 8 hours of sleeping and another 8 hours of working, in between that 8 hours is like somewhere 1 or 2 hours is going for preparation towards the work, and another 1 or 2 hours is gone only for preparation, and balance you have very 4 hours where you might spend eating, your unconscious eating, or doing something quick shopping, vegetable shopping. You are really losing it. So you will have to plan your day. So you will have to clear cutly plan like from which time to which time you're going to work. You might immediately say, oh no, my boss is always with me. He's from morning till midnight, he's there in the call. He wants to see me in the video call. How do I manage those situations? Well, you should think from an employer point of view. Okay, employees are here to make money. Very simple. All the companies run to make profit. They are not here to change the mankind. Whatever the motto or all other things, you can put it in dustbin. Because now you know when things doesn't go right in a company, the very first thing they do is lay off. They start targeting unimportant resources and they start sending them out. When company goes good, they're not going to call you back, right? They'll again ask for a new person to come in. They will never go and call their old employer and call, "Oh, you are so loyal to me. That time we couldn't afford to pay you. Now we'll pay you." No company does it. Very rare, 1 or 2 companies have done in the history, but not all are. So remember, employees or companies, they are there to work for profit. So they will be constantly finding ways to make profit. Only then they can pay salary to everyone, right? So they are, from their point of view, it is, I don't see anything wrong in that. That's their mindset. That's it. But from your point of view, why are you stepping out of your house? You are stepping out of your house to make money so that you can use that money to live in a comfort. Okay, now the question, you can even go deeper. Is this much money do we really need? That is entirely a different discussion altogether. So from their point of view, they are scared, because right now you can see a lot of places are getting salary cut here, and reduction in salary, reduction in projects, so many things are happening. So definitely everybody is behind saving their job. So they want to make sure, they want to show their upper level management that they are an important resource, and without them the contribution will be affected to the company. So obviously they don't know how to do it. It's quite evident, right? If your manager is asking you to work more than a stipulated time, that means he doesn't know how to manage it. So you have to accept that situation, and you are also going along with it and playing the band with him, then you are also losing the race. So you will have to bring in sense here. You will have to plan your work. So you will have to tell, this is the time, this is the deliverable for today. I'm going to start from here, I'm going to end it here, and I'll keep you posted. That's it. You will have to start building that faith with your upper management and start working for it. Because once they don't have trust in you, that is when they want to see you all the time. If they know that you're going to work, okay, this guy says something, he will deliver it, he or she, they will not even bother about you. Okay, so work on that area. Okay, and there are some there are some boss, due to stress, and they want, in the name of securing their job, they will go overboard and they'll push you to work for long hours and to do more delivery than you do in your office. It is just a time of escalation. You need to tell them very clearly, see, if I'm going to extend my long time on a regular basis, skipping my meal and my family time, I'm going to be unsatisfied, and you're going to go as an unsatisfied person. Again, next year you're going to start your work with unsatisfactory mode. This chain will start incrementally increasing, and it will start increasing the quality of work you do. End of the day, it is going to affect the company only. So you can put them in sense. Say, this is what I do. I'm fine. I'm feeling a little bit stressed now. Let me take a break. I'll come back after 1 hour. Maybe I'll think about it and I'll start continuing. So that's the right way of approaching. You need to take it up. If your boss is not able to handle it, then obviously you will have to escalate it. Unfortunately, you will have to do it. If you are not doing it, again remember the cycle. You are adjusting, you are adding more stress, you are showing that to the family, and family is upset. With the upset, again next day you start your job, again you are adding stress, again you are showing that on your family. If you keep on this loop, at one stage somewhere the bubble will burst. Either it will burst in your family. Mostly it is the family which will affect, because they will suddenly, you lose your patience, you will start shouting at people, and or in some cases it happens in reverse, you will start really shouting at your boss. These things happen. I keep hearing these news. So rather than waiting till that threshold, start taking corrective actions. First is acceptance. Accept this is the situation, things are not going to change, it might go even worse. How quickly I can adapt to the changes, that is the quality you will have to show. Let me plan my day. So start planning your day properly. Okay, and one of the important tips I want to share here is, in your house, have a workspace properly, and make it as a discipline that is a workspace. From that time to that time, you are not allowed, nobody is allowed, or take a frequent break and go out and show your face, or do anything what they want. Okay, you might think that it is tough to do work from home, it is new for us. Family members might not accept to it, they know that I'm in the other room, or kids particularly. People say that children really want to see their father or a mother, and they really want attention. Honestly, children are very good at adapting to changes. Okay, children are very good at new environment, they quickly adapt. The point is, if you really explain them, or you have to provide a facility where they understand it. If they understood that situation, they will definitely not disturb here. Okay, I am a working example for 8 years. I have been, most of the time, for me it's all about my house, this is my room, and I always work from here. So there is a discipline. You need to register unconsciously in your house. This is the time I will not be available. But the point is, you will have to stick on to the time. If you don't follow the timing, then they will definitely come and interfere and look for attention. Children will definitely look for attention. So if you look from a children's point of view, they are not looking for a long time commitment from you. They only need the 10-20 minutes of quality time from you. Okay, I'm sure you can find the 10-20 minutes. They need that little bit of time. If you can give that quality time, you are 100% with that child. In fact, you need to get down to child level, kneel down and look eyes to eyes, and start spending time playing what they like. Okay, If you can do that, no, they will not disturb you the rest of your time. They know how to be busy, and they know if they are bored, they will figure out their methods. I am sure somebody will be there to take care of the children. So then you have to work. If you are a single parent with your kid and you have to work, it is kind of challenging. If it's that too, if it's a very small child, you really have to work on it. Otherwise, you just have to plan your day and make sure you give a quality time for them. The third important factor I want to share you is spend half an hour at least for yourself. Do something that you enjoy in life. Okay, it could be anything. It could be reading books, or it could be watching a serial, or it could be talking to friends, or it could be spending time with your family. It could be anything, but it should be only for you, what you enjoy. So make sure you reward yourself before you sleep, that you have spent out of 24 hours in a day, you have spent half an hour for you. That is all you need. This is the fuel. This is like a mobile charger for you. This is the dash charger where you quickly charge yourself. If you are not spending the time for yourself, it is definitely going to come back and hurt you, because you are adding more stress. You have to detox somewhere, no? So when you like doing something, you can work on it. And another important interesting things I want to share is, there is a saying in the internet. They say, no, I read it. Some people say it's Abdul Kalam said it, or Narayana Murthy said it. I don't know, but they say, love your job, don't love your company, because they might throw you anytime. They might stop loving you anytime. You have to love your job. If you really like your job, no, you will be a contributor. You will enjoy doing the work. You will not feel stressed. You will feel that as a challenge. Hey, there's an interesting situation. Okay, let me see how I'm going to solve it. That is how you will think. Okay, there is one manager. Okay, this guy is some kind of maybe not a good boss, or he's, oh, this guy resource is not a lazy resource. How do I work with them and make sure I pursue that? It's a persuasion skill. How do I improve my skill to make sure they understand it? So difference of opinion or anything is matter of communication. So there's you see that as an opportunity for you to grow. If you like that job, you will see that. If you feel that this is a job, I have to physically be available, you will be a worker. You will constantly keep working. You don't know why you're working, what you're contributing. Next day again you work. It is all about saving. Some point it will snap out, and you will end up being without a job, or you will end up breaking somewhere. So don't go till that level. Then and there accept the changes and start working on it, and spend your time, plan it, and clearly work on it. It is highly doable, and I think many people have tried it. Whoever is successful, talk to them. How do you manage your time? So everybody would give you something to pick it up from their family, which you can adopt it to you, and you can try it out. So that's all I have to say for you. There is unfortunately or fortunately, it depends on the way how you look at the lockdown or any situation. To me personally, I feel working from home is the best things in your life. So you have everything around you. You just have to focus and plan your day and stick on to that plan. So that is one of the factors that I really want to tell you. And also start thinking, this is a beautiful time for you to introspect about yourself. What if the life is going to be like this? There are opportunities. Your life is not meant to be working as an engineer or a doctor, or you are not that degree that you are holding. You are beyond that. There is an artist inside you, there is a musician inside you, there is an amazing cook sleeping inside you, or an author inside you. Bring those things out of it. That is why that half an hour time when you spend, it will start coming out. Once it comes out, you will start spending time. At one point of time, that might become your profession later point of time. So that is how you discover, because being a self-employed or an entrepreneur is an amazing world, because unless you go and explore it, no, people are scared about that regular income. What happens if I suddenly stop that income? Everything will stop. No. Yes, there will be a struggle for first few years or maybe months, but soon you will figure out a way, and you will discover a newer version of yourself, and you will start enjoying. Being a self-employed or entrepreneur or a social entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, anything, it's a beautiful thing, because today I feel like doing something, I'll do. Tomorrow I might just open a Netflix and watch another 2 seasons, and I'll just sleep, and then I'll suddenly work. You have complete freedom in yourself. So try to think how you can live a life where you have that freedom of choice to make and live in it. Automatically the financial needs, everything would fall in place unless you undergo this. I really can't put it into theory, but you can talk to every self-made person. They all would say the same thing, and that is the biggest secret. So start thinking from those angle, what you can do. Maybe you have an idea of a startup or anything. Work on those. Slowly start putting your energy into those. At some point of time, I'm sure that seed will start sprouting, and you will build in that confidence, and you will come out of the commitment, and you will say, okay, I'm going to quit a job and I'm going to really start doing what I want in life. So don't get entangled in that idea of, okay, I have to work, so I have to earn money. This is the formula. Till I 60, I'm going to do the same thing. Lifelong I'll be an automobile engineer. No, you are a lot more beyond your degree. Start exploring that and enjoy the life. Okay. Thank you, and I'll see you in another interesting video. And do feel free to let me know your comments or any topics you'd like to hear from us. We'll definitely try our best to answer. If we don't know, we'll bring in the experts whom I know, and we'll see you again. Thank you. Bye.